Hey everybody, Bubblegum here, coming back at you just with a 10.2 update on Hunter. I took about 3 months off from making some content. Personal life got in the way, but I'm back and just in time for 10.2. Um, I've got a little bit more of an in-depth kind of guide here, or at least how I am currently playing my Hunter. Um, these are my stats at the moment. Finally got up to 444, which feels pretty good. I think the last time I made a video I was like 417 or something like that. Um, Stats are looking a little bit better. I will say right off the bat, as I'm sure people are noticing, my haste is incredibly low. I have been struggling to get haste. It's just been a nightmare. I'm kind of just waiting for the raid to open up so that I can get into that and hopefully get some gear. I've been doing keys over the last few days, but again, the raid and the new Mythic Dungeon pool opens Tuesday this week, so not really much point in doing any of that. A couple of pieces I have are not enchanted just because they are pretty new for me. I just crafted my Wind Spirit's Lasso this morning, so my first 463 piece. Oh, that's not true. I did get a helm from the new content in the Emerald Dream, but yeah, anyways, those are my current stats. You know, nothing amazing, nothing crazy right now, but this is kind of what I'm rocking. So I'm going to go over my talents real quick, because some things did change for hunters. I am going to start flying real quick to Ironforge because I like using those test dummies over the ones in Stormwind. Don't know why. Alright. So this is kind of what I'm rocking right now. This is a build pulled from Wowhead, but we're going to go down the list and kind of talk about, some of the things that you can take. And this will be geared specifically towards Mythic Plus. That's really most of what I do in this game. I do raid, but I am much more of just a Mythic Plus runner and pusher. That's my bread and butter. So right away, I want to talk about some of the utility choices that hunters have. And again, not much has changed from last season. We'll go over it anyway. So the first thing is, when you're going into keys, you are going to want to take Trank Shot, regardless if the weak is raging or not. Tranquilizing Shot helps a ton with raging. There are not a lot of classes other than, I think, druids and maybe shamans. I could be wrong about shamans, but not a lot of classes that can just straight up dispel rage. Right now in this current Mythic Dungeon pool, this is a great addition to have for... I've been running a lot of Brackenhide Hollow and the gnolls in there. Love doing a sort of like Rage Storm, and you can dispel it right away with Trank Shot. I don't know if any other classes can do that right away, but this is just a great all-around utility. Whether or not it's raging weak or not, you can dispel and rage, or a magic effect. It works on many things, and I don't think I would run keys without it, because you could also be surprised by a new mechanic in the new dungeon pools coming. We don't know yet. I'm pretty excited for the new pools, though. Next up, we're going to go... you're going to want to get Intimidation. This is just... This just speaks for itself. It's a stun. It's a 5-second stun. If you have your interrupt on cooldown and you can't get to something and you notice that your teammates, if you pug a lot like I do, don't like to interrupt things, this is handy. It gives you kind of a second interrupt, especially when you need to interrupt things that like absolutely can't get off. There are some things that are immune to Intimidation, or immune to this stun effect, but I don't run into it too often, so all around a great choice. I also like taking Camouflage. Back in BFA when I was hardcore pushing keys, I haven't seen it as much this in Dragonflight. It's maybe just not as much of a thing, but we used to always want to have rogues so that we could shroud our way to the next boss, or skip a bunch of packs. Like what is that dungeon with all of the Murlocs, like Tazavesh or something, last expansion in Shadowlands? Shroud was amazing for just skipping that entire last set of annoying ads and getting right to the boss. So I take Camouflage. You could make arguments that you don't necessarily need it, especially if your group is just doing big damage and you can just kind of steamroll through things. But while you're camouflaged, you also it's 1 minute. It lasts 1 minute. You can run pretty far. You can cast Aspect of the Cheetah, and you can disengage while you're camouflaged, giving you even more of a movement speed if you need to fly across the map. It's useful in PvP as well. I'm not a PvPer, but I use it if I need to hide. And it heals you. It heals you while you're camouflaged. So all around a great choice. I also like to take Binding Shot because a lot of times I don't necessarily rip aggro or anything like that, but on the rare occasion that I would, or if an ad starts walking off and it's going to get you don't want it to get too close to another pack to pull, Binding Shot and tethers the group of enemies that you toss it into a pool, and they can't go much further than that, and it stuns them for 3 seconds if they move too far, which is great. I like to throw in Tar Trap in addition to Binding Shot, because if things have a habit of running, again, I'm going to use Brackenhide Hollow as an example. Things run all the time, and I run into packs just running away all the time if you don't kill them fast enough. So I drop a Tar Trap to initially slow them. This also helps in Halls of Infusion on the Frog boss. Tar Trap and Binding Shot has been immeasurable for that boss because you can drop Tar Trap. It slows the frogs so they can't get too far, and if they start getting out of that range, you can throw a Binding Shot right where they spawn to, and then it helps your tank keep them in the radius for the gulp of the frog. Those are the utility options that I would take. A lot of this is just pretty standard stuff. Like, there's no reason you would not take Kill Command and a lot of this other stuff. One of the things that has changed is before I was dumping both my points into Scent of Blood and then going down and taking Piercing Fangs just to get raw pet damage. But we have this incredible new ability, Call of the Wild. I'm just going to read the description here, but you summon 2 active pets for 20 seconds, and a random pet from your stable appears every 4 seconds to assault your target for 6 seconds. And it reduces the cooldown of Barb Shot and Kill Command by 50%, which is huge because those are the main 2 abilities that we are going to be using. This syncs incredibly well with Frenzy. While Call of the Wild is active, your pets have the effects of Bestial Cleave, and each time Call of the Wild summons a pet, all of your pets stomp. That is huge. That is massive for hunters. Massive Kill Command usage and extra pet damage syncs super well with the stuff over here that we're using, and over here. So that Frenzy, Bloody Frenzy, syncs super well with improved Kill Command. Your Kill Command is going to deal more damage by 10%. It's going to sync with even more Kill Command. You're going to get an extra charge and deal an extra 15%. With Call of the Wild, you're summoning your pretty much entire arsenal of pets that you have, and they're all going to be responding to Kill Command and Beast Cleave, which is, I will show you on a dummy here in a second, but as you can just see down here, Stomp, Kill Cleave, Kill Command are some of the biggest things in your arsenal that do the most damage. This is a kind of a poor example because I was at the end of a key last night and I was kind of falling asleep on my keyboard, if I'm honest. But again, incredible sync across the board there with those things. That as well syncs with Kill Command, which has a chance to also summon another Dire Beast for 10 seconds, leading to Dire Frenzy, which makes your Dire Beast last for an additional 10 seconds and deals 60%. That's over 50% increased damage right there alone. And then Dire Pack is every 5 Dire Beast summoned resets the cooldown of Kill Command, so you can really just smash your fucking Kill Command button. It's amazing. I love this new ability, and I love the synchronization between all of these, the bottom rows of all of this stuff here. And we'll go into rotation in a minute here. Actually, yeah, we will do that right away. I like Ironforge. It is one of my, probably my favorite city, but I'm also a dwarf, so who cares? Let's see. Let's use this one over here. We're just going to use, you know what? I'm realizing it's kind of a poor ability. or it's kind of a poor setup here because you don't really have like a lot of cleave options, but we're going to do it anyway here. All right. Just going to speak about the rotation real quick. Let me make sure that I can get just all the buffs that I have up. I'm going to pop a Noggin Fogger because, of course, who doesn't want to do this with a Noggin Fogger? Okay. I'm going to get my food buff, and we're going to talk here real quick about the rotation. So, again, this is geared toward Mythic Plus, and this is an AoE-focused build. So, the broad strokes of it all is you are going to want to maintain Frenzy as, like, maximum as possible, as much as you can. Between your Frenzy and your kill commands, you need to prioritize multi-shot, because multi-shot is going to keep stacks of Beast Cleave, which is one of the talents from earlier, that your pets, when you summon your pets, they all benefit from Beast Cleave, which means you can have like 5 or 6 pets all at once Beast Cleaving, which is massive. Again, I can't stress that enough. That is massive, having all of your pets out. The one thing that I'm changing, to be honest, I didn't realize this last season, and I probably should have been doing this last season too, but you want to dump your kill commands on separate targets. You don't necessarily want them to be, give you guys some idle animation here so it's not just me talking to a screen. You don't necessarily need to dump your kill commands on a single target. You kind of want to spread them out. So you want to kill command 1, tab target, multi-dotting. We're basically playing Affliction Locks super dumbed down in this next season. So you want to dump your Frenzy stacks on multiple different targets. Your pets are in, stack and Frenzy. The one caveat to that is with this talent, Bloody Frenzy, you're going to want to hold your Call of the Wild for your AoE burst. You'll want to use Call of the Wild for AoE bursting, but you're going to want to hold it before you use your Bestial Wrath and your Death Chakram. Death Chakram, again, just first off, it does an immediate amount of damage and then gives puts a debuff on the targets in your AoE group. That means they just take 10% more damage from you and your pet, which is massive. And it just increases and your focus regeneration. It's a great ability. There's no reason why you should take Stampede. At least not right now. You could take it for fun. It is a fun ability, but I would recommend Death Chakram. The reason that you want to hold Call of the Wild for AoE bursts is because when you use Bestial Wrath, it gives you more charges of kill command. So if you're dumping your kill command on targets and you if you are opening with Call of the Wild, you are wasting potential to use kill command. So if you were to use kill command on 2 targets immediately, dump both your I keep saying kill command, barbed shot is what I've been meaning to say. If you dump your barbed shot on 2 different targets and you don't have any stacks of that left, you pop your kill command, pop your multi-shot, because multi-shot is going to add Beast Cleave to everything in the pack. And then once you are out of barbed shot stacks, you can then pop your Bestial Wrath and your Call of the Wild, and it's going to increase the sheer raw damage that all of your pets are doing within the pack. Again, if you're opening with Call of the Wild, there's nothing wrong with that. You will still pump, you still, top the meters, most likely. And it is a burst ability, but you're wasting potential for kill shots. If you want to do, the most damage over time, I would make sure that your barb shots are clear before you're doing that. The Scent of Blood talent here also helps with your Frenzy maintenance, and that's exactly what I was just saying. So activating Bestial Wrath grants another charge of barbed shot. So again, if you're burning it right away, if you're Bestial Wrathing on pull, then you're missing your chance for 4 barbed shots, and you're only getting the 2 that you would already have, maybe 3 depending on the timing. But you're missing out on little minutia there. I just talked a lot at you, so again, real quick. hold off on Call of the Wild and Bestial Wrath until you've dumped your barbed shot stacks and you have Frenzy already going on the pack. And then burst. I know it's tempting to just go all out right away, but you're going to want to just wait a second. Trust me, I promise it'll work out for you. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, if you Bestial Wrath before that, your Scent of Blood is completely useless, and the rest of the stuff that sinks is useless. Alright, so going to a test dummy here. I might actually end up switching test dummies to the ones in Stormwind, because I didn't realize that the ones in Ironforge were so spread out. But we are going to open with Hunter's Mark, which is also a new thing. They've actually added this back into the game. Damage taken increased by 5% while the target is above 80%. Not huge, but enough. That first initial, especially if you're doing like a raid boss or something, that first initial like lust is going to be insane. The first 20% of a boss's health, you're going to go crazy if you have Hunter's Mark on it. I've been forgetting to put it on because it hasn't been in my Hunter arsenal for a very long time. But anyways, I'm going to go through this slowly and kind of talk through it, and then I'll go through like just blasting through the rotation. So we're going to open up with Barb Shot, and I'm going to tab target and put Barb Shot on both. I've got a Frenzy tracker here, so right now I've got Frenzy and Beast Cleave on both of these targets. Again, dumping Barb Shot. I'm dumping kill commands every time it's off cooldown. And then multi-shot kind of resets the cleave here. If you can see that it's like popping back up every time I use multi-shot. So multi-shot is what you want to be prioritizing between your kill commands. So I'm going to dump my kill command stacks here. They're just resetting so quick because of all the synchronicity. I'm going to reapply my Frenzy to both of those, both the enemies here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my Racial. You should always do Call of the Wild with your Racial if your Racial is like actually worth it. And I think it is for Dark Iron Dwarves. Get Frenzy back on both of these two targets. I'm dumping kill commands, Death Chakram, so everything's taking increased damage. And I'm not going insane. I'm only doing about 112 right now on like a different pack. It'll be way different. But between kill commands, prioritize multi-shot because it's going to keep your Beast Cleave up. Pop your Call of the Wild with your Racial ability, like the Dark Iron Dwarf ability. Removes all of the, poisons, disease, curse, magic, and bleed effects, but it also increases your agility, and it just like, it keeps going that way. Your agility will just increase over time, and it lasts for about 8 seconds. As you saw right there, I was out of, my Barb Shot was on cooldown, so I popped Bestial Wrath just to get it back up. I missed Frenzy on this one. As you can see, it's not perfect. I'm not perfect at this, but we're moving. And right now with just these two targets, we're doing a steady bout, somewhere around 110,000. If you have a ton of focus, you really want to be using Cobra Shot. Otherwise, with the amount of time that your kill command and Barb Shot are up, you almost honestly don't have to use Cobra Shot unless you are like focus capped like I am right now. So I'll use Cobra Shot to kind of get my focus down while I'm waiting for kill command to go up, and again multi-shot to reapply my Beast Cleave. So let's call my pets in real quick. There's one of the beasts that it summoned. I'm going to take you guys to Stormwind, where there's a little bit more of a cleave kind of scenario there. Alright, so Barb Shot on one. I'm going to Bestial Wrath here so I can get my Barb Shot back, which is a perfect example of like on the fly kind of thinking. You want to keep your pets, again, I should be able to get this one here. I think they're a little bit too far apart, but if these were grouped together, this little number here would say 3, and I would be Beast Cleaving on 3. And as you can see down here, Kill Command is huge, Stomp is huge, which all of the Dire Beasts are going to do when they come out. I'm going to pop Call of the Wild and my Trinket here. I'm going to dump my kill commands. I'm going to go get Frenzy on another one here. Multi-shot to reapply Beast Cleave. Dump my kill commands. Dump another Frenzy. I'm going to Bestial Wrath here because my Frenzy's falling off on this one. I'm going to reapply it there. Again, multi-dotting. Forgot to do Hunter's Mark, but I'm going to do that. Reapply it there, and again, when these are grouped together, you can reapply it to like 3, so I'm going to apply it right there and see if that does anything different. It doesn't. It still is only hitting 2 with my pets, but that's okay. I will be recording more like Mythic Plus runs, so you can kind of see how that all syncs. Yeah, you know, that is the basics of the rotation here. And you see, even just like here with them being a little bit closer and trying to keep my frenzy stacks up, I'm getting distracted by talking to you guys, but again, multi-dotting is going to be huge. You can run into this situation as a hunter, which, you know, isn't great, where you just like kind of have to just wait for your things to be back up. I'm going to hold off for just a second so that I can dump my frenzy there. I'm going to Bestial Wrath so I can get frenzy barbed shot back on this person here. Dump my kill commands. Ideally too, what you want to be doing is you want to, so I'll kill command this one here, and then I'll target another one, and I'll have my pets kill command that one, which would also have frenzy on it. This, you know, this demonstration right here is a little sloppy, but this is the gist of hunter rotation. And I'm not gonna wait for Call of the Wild, because we need to hold off on it anyway to sync it up with our Bestial Wrath, Racial, Call of the Wild, Bestial Wrath, and then we'll go crazy. So I'm going to Lust, Frenzy, get my Frenzy stacks up, kill command on one, kill command on the other, Death Chakram, Bestial Wrath now because our frenzies we need more stacks of frenzy, kill command, multi-shot to keep Beast Cleave on all the targets. I'm going to dump a Cobra shot, more kill command, barb shots falling off of both of these, but that's okay. You know, it's all about like awareness and kind of watching the stacks. I probably will end up just running a weak aura that'll help me kind of keep track of my frenzy stacks, which there's tons available on WAG.io, so you know, you can find those there. I don't know why that keeps opening by itself, but anyways, this is the gist. This is the gist of Hunter this season for Mythic Plus. If you found any of this helpful, go ahead and leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you want. Subscribe if you want. You know, not necessary. I really just love helping out the community, and I've been a part of this game since 2004. So I'm just looking to give out some advice to people and kind of help out where I think matters, and that's in for me, that's in Mythic Plus. That's in these dungeons. I'll upload a video probably tonight, maybe tomorrow, of me actually running a Mythic Plus dungeon where you can kind of see it in action. Training dummies are great. Training dummies are great for testing builds, but I think the best testing that I've found has just been to go into dungeons and actually like put it into use, and then that way you guys can kind of see situationally what's going on there. You know, because things come up in keys. You know, things that you never really expect, like, you know, people not interrupting. You know, that's where like the intimidation comes in, and the oh my god, I lost it on my bar. Camouflage and binding shot and all that stuff. But again, this is the gist. This is kind of what you want to do. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll post my Discord, or I'll post my battle nets at least in the description of this video. So, you know, people can reach out to me, or you can just comment, leave a comment, or message me. Can you message people on YouTube? I have no idea. But, you know, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm just going to plug this before I, you know, pop off here. Mythic Madness, just a little community that I just started going into Season 3 of Dragonflight to try to get more people involved in Mythics and learn along the way. You know, I'm by no means like where I was at a few years ago. Again, if this is the first time you're watching my video, once upon a time I was top 50 hunter, Beastmaster hunter in North America for PvE rankings. And, you know, that's happened twice between 2018 and now, so I like to think that I kind of know what I'm doing. So, I don't know, if you're looking for a casual, laid-back place to run some dungeons, hang out with some good people, some good friends, you know, feel free to hit me up. I'll send you the invite for this. Again, I'll post my BattleNet in the description here. I'm gonna end out with a nice little thumbnail here. Yeah, you know, 10.2 is looking exciting. I know a lot of classes got a lot of really good buffs, and a lot of things are looking good. And, you know, keep an eye out for my um, upload of a dungeon that I'm gonna try to, I'll probably end up pugging it tonight because I don't currently have a team, hence the community. Um, yeah, just a little breakdown on like the talents I'm using and the guide. My kind of guide for you guys looking to get into keys. Everyone's different. Hunters run different things. And it's going to change too, like situationally. I'm sure I'll pop back in here from time to time to just kind of give little updates on that stuff. When it comes time to raiding, I'll do a little bit more of a single target rotation, and I'll like stream some of the raids with my with my guild when we start, actually on Tuesday, which I'm super excited for. If you made it this far and you're listening, thank you so much. I am just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be providing some sort of content to all the other hunter mains out there. I've mained hunters for as long as I can remember. So for now, I'm going to enchant my gear, and I'm going to start pugging some keys, and then hopefully get another video out to you guys. Again, this is my name. I play on Tichondrius. I'll post my BattleNet in the description of this video if you're looking to join a laid back community of Mythic Plus runners. And look forward to hearing from you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.